Today is June 21st. It is week 2 of our garden tour. Things have gotten really big in the last 2 days, and so I'm really excited to show this. Alright, so here is the first bed. Everything has gotten really big. So right here we have our tomatoes. This is a sugar pie pumpkin. And then these, I think this is a Black Beauty. Yeah, this is a Black Beauty tomato. They're pretty good size now. They're getting really tall. So we're gonna trellis those up probably in the next week or so. And then this is really cool. So it started to get hot and we had a lot more sun exposure because we trimmed our trees. And so this guy has turned so much darker purple. It's really pretty. So that opal basil, you can see, without much sunlight, the leaves are kind of green tinted, but this is really awesome. They never got this purple at our last house just because they didn't have as much sun. And then there we have another basil we just took the top off of, and then a bunch of peppers. Here, I know that these are jalapeno peppers, so they're doing really well. These little short guys here, that is a habanada. And then let's see, this one here with the purplish tinting, that's a murasaki pepper. And all of the eggplants especially have just shot up. It's kind of wild. So we have more there. We have a little marigold. There's another opal basil. This is our zucchini. He's doing really well. And then we have a Thai basil in the back corner back there, and then another marigold. All right, I guess I'll start over here. These are more marigolds. Back here we have a line of noodle beans that we're going to put an arch trellis on. And then eggplant, pepper's doing really well. Everything in this bed seems pretty happy. These are the beds that get a little more shade, and so they don't get quite as many sun hours, but because we just trimmed our trees, we think they're gonna get way more sun hours. But even still, like this soil, we're super happy with. And there's more of our tomatoes. So I think this is the Amish paste section. Yeah, these are all Amish paste tomatoes. We're gonna trellis these guys up pretty soon too, and kind of do the Josh, I think it's Josh Sutton trellis to make you jealous. We did that last year and it was really awesome. So we are going to do that again. We have more basil back here. Cool thing that happened in the last week is our okra, which is that back row here, all started to get more leaves on it. So that's really awesome. And then these eggplants are really taken off. And then this guy is, I believe, a pumpkin. Let me check the tag. Yep, that's a pumpkin. And then this is our Armenian white cucumber, or it's like a cucumber, it's a kind of like a cucumber replacement for, supposed to be do really well in hot weather. So we're trying that because we've never successfully grown cucumbers. They always are really bitter and gross. So that guy is a habanada. There's another one. It's another habanada. And then back there, that's an eggplant, or that is a okra. There's the other row of noodle beans. And then this one, this is a zucchini, and it got huge in like the last 3 days. And then this back here, this I'm really excited about. These little guys are amaranth. So they are a grain, but we're just growing them just because they're pretty. And so I'm really excited to see how big they get and all of that. But I love the color on these things. And then here are the beds where things are getting really big because they get the most sun. So these are our tomato plants. There are a bunch of different ones. I think they're all determinants, but they're like this one is a Roma tomato, and you can see that guy's gotten pretty big. And then we have more peppers back there. We have an okra. Oh, this guy actually has an okra on him. So that's cool. We've been picking them off just because the plants have been so sickly and stuff. So we've been like taking off any of the flowers that we saw in anything, but let's see if we can focus in on that guy. There you go. So it's really pretty. And then this right here, I believe is a honey nut squash. I have some gaps where some of these trellises are going to be, so I think I'm going to plant some more of those. That guy back there, that is a zucchini. I don't know if you can see that. That is a zucchini plant. And then this is the bed that looks the fullest and is kind of the most exciting. It's doing the best. So it's full of a bunch of stuff. This here is a honey nut. And then we have just some random tomatoes that we had left over. That guy there, this guy there that has kind of like the potato leaves, which is really cool. And then this was an experiment. These are all bush beans. And I just kind of put them in there to fill up the space. But I really like this, so I think I'm going to put more bush beans places just because I left a lot of empty spaces to account for things like the zucchini getting way bigger. And I think I'm just going to put some bush beans in there. So this guy, this eggplant is so much bigger than it was last week. You can see it's bigger than my hand now. And then all the rest of them are doing super well too. So this is the bed that gets the most sun, and everything is just super happy in this bed. So that is week 2 in the garden, which is really exciting. Oh, there's some other things I forgot I wanted to show. Andrew showed me that our grapes are doing really well too, so let me show you those. Okay, so this is a massive grape plant or grapevine that came with the house. So it actually has a lot of grapes on here. So there's a bunch of little clusters, which is really exciting. You see all those clusters in there. But then we found this. Look at that. It's so pretty. So they're starting to change, and you can see this thing is just loaded with grapes. So we're gonna come in here and see if we can kind of preserve any of them by covering them with bags. But that's so pretty. So exciting.